Hey guys, it's Keralis and welcome back everybody to the final part in the simple small house. It is small. It's kinda simple if you watch the previous parts. If you just watch this, it's gonna be super hard. So I would suggest go watch the previous parts, alright? And today is gonna be all about exterior. I kind of felt like, should we do it? Should we not do it? Do it, not do it. And you guys told me do it. So let's do it. Okay, we're gonna do it. And I'm not gonna perform any miracles. It's a small house, no fancy work, just small, simple bushes, maybe even more bushes, and you know what, in a later stage maybe even more bushes. So everybody, let's do it. And the first thing we're gonna do is add some paths. One for the car to drive up on is gonna be about here, and one for you to get into the house is gonna be about here. So as you guys see, we got 3 blocks in width in total here on the entrance, and we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna do the same here, so we're gonna count this out. 1 2 3 4 5. And I'm gonna be using just normal stone, smooth stone, okay? If you want to use another material like diarrhea material, the new one, like, let me see, there we go, the diarrhea, you can use that, because I think that's gonna look pretty amazing as well. Let me just see. Pretty nice. But anyways, so this is 5 blocks, 6 7 8 9. Crap, did I forget some number? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You know what, let's keep it 9. And let's do this shape going all the way. I'm gonna do this off camera because this is dirt boring to watch. What goes for this thing here, we're gonna count this out. Usually my cars are 3 blocks in width, right? So we're gonna do 1 2 3 4 and 5 like this. And this also is gonna be going all the way here, so it kind of meets up with that shape in the same kind of like elevation here, which can go in, right? So I'm not gonna count this at this current point. As long as it meets up with those 9 tiles over there, or blocks, you're pretty much good on the depth of those 2 paths over here. So let me perform some miracles off camera. Miracle performed. So we got those 2 paths going. This one here is going to be extended in the future, but we're just going to leave it as it is at this current point. Here we're going to grab some spruce wood, and 2 blocks away from the wall, or 3 blocks away, we're going to place a little perimeter going in the ground. So we're going to place 1 2, then take it out. So basically that's 2 blocks away from the wall. This is 3. This is just to add some bushes in the future and stuff and whatnot. So we got 2 3 3 2 1 and 2. This doesn't really make any sense. This is just something kind of like, just kind of make a nice shape around this, and we're gonna be all happy about it. I'm gonna do the same here on this side. So let's see here, 2 3 and then maybe 2, and you know what, let's just curve it around here. So we got 2 3 2, then 3 going this way, and then maybe just finalize this with taking 2 and then just connecting it to the wall by 1. So we get a little strange shape, but I don't know, it's bushes, we love them anyhow. And the next step is, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna fill this in with coarse dirt. If you don't have it, just use normal or just leave it as it is. You could also use podzol, it's gonna look pretty amazing anyways. So let's just fill this area in with some coarse dirt. And now it's time for some bushes. And this part doesn't really make any sense, but usually I kind of skip this out, and you guys go all mental in the comment section like, don't skip that out, show us how you do it. And I'm gonna show you how I do it, but it doesn't really make any sense anyhow. So I'm gonna be using spruce bushes for this one, because I kind of think in this resource pack which I'm using, which is Flows HD, they look really awesome for reasons unknown. It kind of looks like, well, it kind of looks like post-its, but they still look pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna place them around here. The only thing which I kind of semi-hate myself is how that kind of connects in a straight pattern to that. So you know what, at some points it is what it is, I guess. I would say we could do something like that, and you can't really see, kind of, you know, kind of gives a cool shape anyways. So I'm gonna keep it as it is at this current point here. Then just add them. And also, you know, why I'm doing this, just placing random bushes all over the place, I am truly sorry for kind of like a little inconsistency in videos on the channel. And you know what, it's kind of rough on me at this current point in real life. Like, we're having a baby, by the way, for those who didn't know. Well, I think most of you have already kind of figured that out. But for those who didn't know, we're gonna have a baby. It's gonna be a boy, by the way. That is something which some might not know. So it's gonna be a second boy in the family. Well, actually third if you count with me, because I'm kind of a boy, I guess. So that's pretty amazing. So I'm super happy about it. But we got that going. Wife is not really feeling very well, so I'm taking care of my son at this current point, like the current son. This is something which you can do as well. Place some glowstone underneath some of them. That is just to kind of add a little tricky lighting. Well, not a tricky lighting. It's kind of like a little semi-trick. Just to kind of light up areas which usually won't light up. Well, you could just place a torch there, but it's just going to look really fail. So that is something I kind of do and kind of like it looks really nice. I'm going to take some rose bushes and that is just kind of semi-place them. Nah, that kind of looks bad. As you can see, we have two kind of next to each other and it's kind of like, nah, no way, Jose. And also, we're moving in real life. So... well, not really kind of physical moving yet. We're kind of like semi-starting packing. We have to kind of like go ahead and kind of contract different contractors for like painting and jobs in the new house. So it's kind of like, it's early mornings. You know what? Here we can add a little glowstone underneath here, cover that up, and maybe a fern. Because we haven't really placed any ferns around here. Maybe some tall grass. This is just to add kind of like prettiness to the place. And trust me, the more stuff like this you add, the more your place will come alive. So I wouldn't like kind of like, you know, I wouldn't skip out on this. So yeah, it's kind of early mornings, and when I get home in the evenings, you know, Damien goes to bed. I'm super tired. I'm really like super tired. So it's not that I don't have time for recordings. I would, but I'm just so tired. Kind of like, you know, it's kind of hard for me because I don't speak English in normal cases. So I need to kind of like what you say, translate everything before I say it in my head, and it's that just turns out blah 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 blah. So that therefore is gonna be a little bit inconsistent in seeing the videos now from this month on to the next month basically. But still gonna try to make as many as I can. So we have something going which looks like this. You know what? We could fill in the rest of the area with grass and stuff, but I'm thinking of just keeping it like this because I kind of like it. It does add to the house itself. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is kind of connect this path here with this path over here, because if we just role play, all right, you walk out of the house like this, your car is over there, you don't really want to cross a lawn. Well, you can, but we're gonna make a pretty path because you don't want to go outside here on the street to pick up your car. Okay, role play this. I know it's Minecraft. No, nothing's gonna be moving. Maybe your minecart. Maybe you get your minecart here in the driveway. I don't know. But we're gonna be using gravel. You can use whatever material you prefer. And I'm gonna start a path somewhere about here. And I'm gonna do a little outer perimeter of it. And then we're gonna see how we can kind of fill that in and make it super perfect. So let me just do a little quick shape here. And when I'm done with this, we're gonna see and count some blocks, all right? Then maybe take it up, and take it up. Don't worry, I know it looks really bad now, but we got 2 1 2 1 3 2 1 1 1. You know what? I think we got this. Now let's just kind of widen this up a little bit so we got some place we can move about. Otherwise, it's just going to be a derpy path with just a derpy path. We don't want to have just a derpy path. So let's maybe make it something like this. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Might not be the final product. But you know what? That doesn't look too shabby. It is a path. It leads from this path to that path. It's a path. It's a pathception, basically. So let's just keep that and be really happy about it. You know what? I'm just going to show you this from above like this. If you want to pause and kind of count the blocks and stuff. Now we're going to move on to some simple fencing. It's a simple house. I don't want to do like a grand fence because that doesn't really fit the theme. So I'm just going to be using blocks, of course. And I'm going to place one here on this side, one here, and a slab on top. Very simple. Kind of looks alright. Gonna do the same on this here. So one on this side, one on that. That is the kind of the entrance. Then let's just figure out how big we want the lot to be. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm kind of gonna go somewhere about here. So that's gonna leave us one block to walk about to this side with your lawnmower and stuff. If you have that in your Minecraft world, I don't know. Maybe you have, maybe you don't. So that is really, really simple. It's a simple house, it's a simple fencing. And in between here, I'm just gonna go with spruce wood like that. We could even combine that with some glowstone in between just to give it some light. This is kind of like in the eye of the beholder. You don't have to do it because it kind of eliminates quite much light, if you know what I mean. So it's gonna be kind of like maybe, maybe not. It's in the eye of the beholder, right? So let's just see if we just place spruce bushes. How does this look? I mean, just imagine this in near future with a tree here, maybe a tree over here, maybe a pond or something. I think we're onto something. I'm gonna do the same here. So I'm just gonna delete this. Maybe not that I'm standing on, because that's gonna be kind of a super fail. But let's add some logs in this. And is there a middle on this? It's kind of not. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you know what? I'm just gonna do one on this side, one on this. Add 2 glowstone just for the lighting purposes. At night, it's just gonna look amazing. If you don't have street lights, that is the way to go. Okay. So we have something like this, and very simple, I guess. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like we're gonna end the yard here, because it's gonna be like in a small suburban neighborhood, right? So we're gonna end the yard or the lot about here. Here in the far end, we're gonna kind of fence it off into the back garden, which is not gonna be a big back garden. It's gonna be a small, simple back garden, I guess. But that is something which I've got in mind. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So you know what? Let me place some spruce wood off camera. Let's go with this all the way to about this area here. So we have 2 blocks, and then it kind of ends, and then we can kind of fence it off, because if we fence it off here, it doesn't look that good. So if we just take it even by 1 block, for example, it's gonna give us a little space and a little 3D look of it. So I think that's the way to go. So basically leave 2 blocks of space on the wall like that. So we have 1 block and 2 blocks from the end of the wall. Perfecto, perfecto. On this side of the house, just outside, you can see, we come in here, we got the kitchen over here. We're gonna add some trash bins. So using stone, smooth stone, we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, and 4. That kind of leaves us 1 block from the main wall here. Then we're gonna be using light blue stained clay, green, and red maybe. What comes for the covers? Wood trapdoors, or if you have the iron ones. They're not really gonna open now, are they? But they might look better in some cases. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the wood, because they open without a button or lever or whatnot. So, like this. Very simple. It doesn't really do much, but it kind of adds to the ambiance. So let's just go with it and be super happy about it. So I have been doing some thinking, you know what? We could have a little pond here, or we can have a big pond over here. Tree or pond? Pond or tree? You know what, let's just do it here. I've prepared some stuff, so let's just go here in the middle, just in between. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just remove those 2 blocks like that, for example. Let's start something super simple, right? It's not gonna be any majestic looking creation, but it's gonna be a little creation of some type. Something like this, and then maybe this goes out like this, and then goes down here, for example. Very simple. It doesn't really make any sense. I'm not gonna even count the blocks. Just make a hole in the ground and just fill it with water, I guess. And a lot of you guys are like, Keralis, are you happy you're gonna have a baby boy again? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know what? It wouldn't really matter if it was a girl or boy. I mean, just imagine if you wish for a girl and he's a boy. I mean, you can't really just push them back in, right? Now, can you? Because you can't push them back in and like, don't come out until you're a girl or a boy, and vice versa, you know what I mean? So, of course I'm happy. I would be happy with anything. Well, maybe not an alien, I guess, but you don't really have a choice. So, yeah, I'm super happy. So, we just made this here, and it's a hole in a hole. It's a holeception, all right? Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna fill that bottom layer with water, like this. This doesn't make any sense. You know what? For those kind of building the same thing, I'm just gonna pause a little moment here, just so you guys can see and catch up. You guys done? Hopefully you are. Next step is use a hole. It doesn't have to be a diamond one, just as long as a hole, and then just hold this little area here. plant some seeds, some wheat seeds. Not required to be wheat seeds, to be honest, but I think it kind of looks pretty. So let's just do them like this, and then just bone meal this up. We've seen this on the inspiration series, and I think this looks absolutely awesome. So it's kind of like something simple, oh no, but it does add to your creations. Something like this, for example. We could also, maybe, baby, you know what we could do? We could, yeah, let's just think about it. Let's place, no, let's remove that and place maybe some sugar cane, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in height. Let's maybe remove this, place some dirt, and rise this up maybe just by 4. So it kind of sticks out. It is something special. And then also maybe just in some places do some more hoeing. It sounds so wrong, but that's what it's called, right? I think. And plant some more seeds just on top here, just to add more detail to the whole shebang. I don't know if you guys really enjoyed like this type of episodes, but it's kind of crucial because I mean, you know, like when we started out this episode, this house kind of looked bland. It was missing something, and now it's starting to become something, I guess. Here though, you know, you come home, you might be drunk or you might just be dizzy. You don't want to fall into the pond now, do you? So we're gonna place some fencing, and I'm gonna be using maybe some dark oak fencing, just like 1, 2. Maybe something like this. Not too shabby. Let's keep that. And here we might add a big tree about here, for example. So let me just do this quickly. You know what, let's do this on camera. I've showed you guys this before, but if I don't use wood edit for big trees, which I don't really have wood edit at this current point, I do this little technique. I put a sapling, for example, I place glass just on top of it like this, I remove the middle piece here, and then I just bone meal this. Sometimes it turns big, sometimes it turns small. You know what? It kinda turned kinda perfect for the size of the house. I like that, so I'm gonna keep that, and that is kinda how I do the big trees. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're less lucky, but I think this tree kinda suits the house. We could add one on this side as well, for example, hereabouts, but I don't know if that's gonna be too much, and it's gonna just kinda cover up the whole house, and it's gonna be like, nee. We can try that at the end of the episode just to see how it looks. I'm just gonna add some coarse dirt here as well, with some little flowers here and there, and just some grass all around it. Maybe this is gonna be looking pretty. You know what? Detail working. Here on the side of the house, by the way, I've been thinking about something. I'm not really sure this is gonna look amazing or really bad, but let me just grab, what is that? That is dark oak fencing, and let me grab spruce wood. You know what, let's try something. Let's start here, like 1 block away or 2 blocks away, well, 1 block in between from the step here, and let's do a little creation. You know, like some houses, they have this like climbing, I think you call it kind of climbing bushes on the sides of the house and whatnot, and let's maybe do something like that as well, just because we kind of can. And to be honest, this doesn't really make any sense. This is just placing random bushes and hoping that it's gonna look amazing. If it doesn't, you just remove it and be super happy about it anyhow. But hopefully this is gonna look kind of like, yay, it kind of looks amazing. So let's add something like this. Let's add 1 here, 1 here, and let's just cover that up with bush. Not really sure how this looks at this current point, but hopefully it's gonna look, yay, kind of semi-amazing. So let's just do this. Let's add 1 more below here, 1 here. What we could do is maybe take it all the way up. Yay. You know what, maybe something like this. And maybe take it up on the roof or something. How does that look? See, you know what, I'm not really counting this because it, once again, doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't look too shabby, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's not too shabby. And if it's not too shabby, we're just gonna keep it. 1 here, 1 here. Yeah, maybe that looks too shabby. No, it doesn't. I'm happy with it. Let's add 1 here, and then just kind of take it up here on the roof. Not much though, just a little something. You know what? I think that's gonna be enough. Then what we could do is just, in some of those places, just to add some kind of depth into the whole thing, just place some extra ones. And when you drive up with your car here, if we just roleplay this to the max, alright? That kinda looks alright. This is just for inspiration. If you don't want to use it, honestly, I'm not forcing anybody, but it might look kinda cool on the side of the house like that. Kinda does. I'm kinda super happy with it. Well, not really super happy, but I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think about that, guys. Good, bad, or ugly. And let's divide this up. It's gonna be super simple, alright? We're gonna be using some dark oak logs, and I'm gonna place 2 on this wall in height and 2 on the far end like this. I'm gonna cover the top up with some wood slabs on both. Then using dark oak stairs maybe, we could make a little shape like this. You know what? Let's just do this and have a doorway here. So it's kind of like 2 blocks away from the main wall. Might look kind of a little semi-derp, but you know what? I kind of like it. Let's just keep it. Let's just pick up some stone here and then place the door here from the inside. And you know what? Let's just pick a few options we've got here. I don't think the dark oak will work, so let's just try out, you know what? Birchy. Birchy is kind of a good way to go, but no. We got jungle, which looks like this. Nah, doesn't really fit the theme. Then we have spruce wood, which looks like that. It's very, very simple, but I do kind of like it for some reason. What we could also maybe do, no, you know what? That's gonna do it. And let's just extend this all the way to here. So then we got a little back entrance to our little back garden, because we don't really have one here on the back of the house. We don't have any entrances, so it's gonna be hard to get back there, but it's not gonna be really much up back there. There's gonna be a little lawn with some bushes, I guess. Something like this, and then maybe pick up some tall grass and maybe a fern. Could maybe even get a rose bush going about here. Let's see, how does this look? Kinda nice. A fern. That's gonna add to the ambiance. How about here? Nah, you know what? Let's just go with a rose bush and be happy about it. And let's do something similar on this side. So basically, here, 2 blocks up, 2 blocks up, and we're not gonna have any doorway here. So let's just do upside down stairs and normal place like this, just to add some shape to it. And then just cover this up. So I think like coming from the street is kind of gonna look, you know what? I think this looks pretty incredible, because it kind of gives you some privacy in the back, even though you might not be doing any naughty stuff, but it kind of gives you some privacy anyways. We could place a roofing here as well over the carpool thingy, but you know what? Let's go simple with this. I kind of like it. What you guys think about it? So now we're just gonna add a small back garden. So I'm gonna count from this wall about here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. And on the 9th one, we're gonna have a bush. 2 blocks in height. So now we know that the back garden is gonna be ending about here. And don't worry about it, it's gonna be very small, it's gonna be very simple. Just gonna be some bushes back here, because it's kind of like a really small suburban house, alright? So now we know that the back wall is gonna be ending about here, so we could do this. We could take this up using dark oak as well, and a slab on top like this. And this wall on the back might be just 2 bushes high, and that is basically just to add some privacy. Doesn't have to be purdy or anything, just to add some privacy. And this is kind of like a thing as well. Like, you know, like a lot of people have this thing. They have like those most amazing fronts of the houses, like with the bushes and trees and decoration. Then the back is usually like poop poop. Why is that? Why does people like living outside the house or just walking by needs to see that the pretty stuff when you yourself sit there in your kind of semi-shitty backyard? That's just in real life scenario, right? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let me just do this off camera, and we're gonna just do the same here. So we know that this wall is gonna be going all the way out here, about to here. So build it up with 2 in height, slab on top, and then just connect it with some bushes in between. So let me just do this off the camera. And here as well, like this is gonna be super dark on the back, we can add some glowstone just in between a few places just to get some light in here. Otherwise it's gonna be super dark. It's kind of semi-suck, I guess. And it looks something like this. Very simple, but yet kind of awesome looking, I guess. Here outside the bathroom window, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna add 2x2 iron blocks. We're gonna place rails on top and then kind of connect it into the main wall. Maybe with a dark oak, maybe with a birch, maybe with a nether brick fence. You know what? I think the birch is kind of like awesome looking because it kind of fits the theme when it comes to this material over here on the rails. And there's gonna be a little ventilation drum or aircon, whatnot for the house. Small details in life, everybody, small details. And let's start on the back about here. I'm gonna be using diorite, or diarrhea as I call it, alright? And something like this, maybe 3 blocks on the main wall. Place it and take it out by 3 blocks. Then do a little like shape going like this, for example. Here. There's gonna be a little bush thingy, as the same as we got on the front, alright? Then what we could do here is just fill this whole area in with diarrhea. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. And it's gonna give a little cool contrast, kinda gonna look a little bit luxurious, I guess, here on the back. So let's just do this. Okay, so it's done. Here in this corner, you know what, I'm just gonna do something really basic. Crafting bench, double chest, single chest, and maybe one more chest. You know how you usually have on the back guards, you usually stack up some crap and stuff. So now we got some chests for that as well. So I kind of think that looks pretty nice. Here in the middle, I'm going to remove this block down here. I'm going to put a cauldron, fill that with water, and add a little tripwire hook about here. That's the water tap. You know how you usually have with your garden hoses and stuff. So that is something which kind of represents that area. Here, we're gonna add, let me just see here, see here. Here, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 using dark oak slabs like this. We could add, let me just grab dark oak fence here, place 1 here. You know what, let's make it 4 blocks in width in total, like this. String on the ground, and then add some gray carpet or color of choice, like that. Some sign on this end, sign on that end, and let's do the same on this side. Bam, bam, and bam. A little simple bench. Now you can just come in this door, simple suburban house. You can just sit down and be super happy about it. Do we need more stuff on the back? Could place a bicycle, a bike, and stuff, but nah. You know what? I think this is very simple and it kind of looks pretty amazing. And now when we have this little outline here, we're just gonna do exactly the same as we did on the front. Using spruce wood, just place it like this. This might go in by, let me see, so we got 3, 1, 3. Then maybe do 2, 2, and then maybe take it in by 2. Fill that with coarse dirt and add some bushes. And I think, you know what, it's gonna look pretty alright, I guess. So you know what, I'm gonna do this off camera because I'm kind of like the slowest builder ever. Now I'm doing this on camera, by the way. Yes, I'm gonna place the bushes off camera, that is. Here in the far end, I'm just gonna add a big tree, maybe 1 more of those, and I'm gonna add 1 more tree on the front. Some bushes and flowers here. And I think we're onto something. One more thing we could do is just take stone and kind of surround this little creation we got going. Just to add some definition, like that. Kinda right looking. Let me just get some off-camera work done here. It's done. We have an extra tree in the front. You know what? It's not really required, but I kind of think it kind of frames the house pretty nice. So I'm gonna keep it, but it's in the eye of the beholder. Keep it or remove it. Place it or not place it. It's kind of in the water though. I don't know. Let's keep it. Here, you know what? It's a little bit rough on this side. Nothing spectacular. I haven't been doing the gardening, so it kind of looks a little bit like this, overgrown. On the back though, 1 big humongous tree. That kind of turned out kind of pretty. I do kind of like that tree. Let me just change time to 8,000. Bam. So now we see the back. We have a little trampoline for the kitties to jump on, and there's like actually a slime box underneath. So I mean, design wise, I think this is awesome. I've used this in a couple of houses and I don't know, I kind of like it. We have a little carrot land over here, just because we can, right? The big bush is here. We got the little ventilation drum, a few extra bushes on this side, a few bushes on that side. You know what? I mean, there's so much we could add. A barbecue area, but I don't think it's required. I kind of do like this bush now. I know some people might be like, yeah, don't do it, grass, don't do it. But I like it. I'm gonna keep it that way. And if we just take a little quick tour on the inside once again. Living room, fireplace. I do like this room, by the way. Here we got the Dutch room, the orange room, which is kind of like a little dining area. Got a little storage unit back here with a crafting table. We have the kitchen about here. Kind of like it. No, I do like it. Then on this side we have a little family bathroom or a guest bathroom. Pretty amazing. We got a bedroom looking like this with a closet on that side. And if we just walk up the stairs, you know, this house is a lot bigger than it's kind of like it looks from the outside. We have a big bedroom on this side with a walking wardrobe here. We have a family bathroom here in the middle. I'm loving this little bathroom. Bathtub, we can just sit and chill, relax. Then we have another big bedroom on this side. So we have 3 bedrooms, dining room, kitchen, and a living room with a fireplace. Pretty amazing, I would say. Beatles fan, this house is amazing. Thank you so much for building it on the World of Keralis server, and hopefully I did it justice. I like it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry about this long derpy episode. Sorry about the inconsistency in videos. But Keralis is having a rough time in real life. He's tired. 24/7 kind of feels like. But it's gonna be alright as soon as we move the new office in place. The new broadband is installed. It's gonna be fiber, so it's gonna be live streaming, and oh my god, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got some inspiration. Don't forget to grab the download if you haven't already. There's gonna be a link in the description. Then you're gonna have all those houses about here. You know what? Just to show you, because this is kind of like far away from where you spawn. Where do you spawn? Like far away in the galaxy, I guess. Let me just think about it. You spawn kinda somewhere on the other side of the rail tracks. But just so you know, if you see the rail tracks and you see the helipopper and the buses, just head straight ahead this road, past the monster truck and this RV, past all those vehicles, and then it's in the far end. The house is going to be moved in a later stage and a later download, so don't worry about it. But for now, it's about here if you want to get some inspiration. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so awesome and giving so much support, guys. You are absolutely amazing. Stay awesome. Much love. Keralis is going to see you guys in the next one. Why do I talk to my like in a third person, Keralis? I don't know. Everybody, thank you and bye-bye. Better